You ready?
Yeah. All right, welcome to the site of Abibitumi, going from digital idea to physical institution. As you know, throughout the years, we've done all types of stuff through the places where we've been located. We've done capoeira classes, we've done first aid classes, we've done talks from people coming in, various things. So this is going to be the first time that we're doing it, and we're not renting from somebody. So this is our own space. As you see, we're using mud brick, a traditional building technique. And this space is set up along the lines of the African worldview. So there are 8, right? So 8 projections. And when, it deals with the significance of the number 8 for African people. If you look at Unu, what they call Heliopolis, it is very significant in terms of 8. So you have Atum. And then the 8 that come forth from Atum are Shu, Tef, Nut, Geb, Nut, Asar, Aset, Setef, Nebet, Ut. So that's what the 8 projections are on that side. Then you have the Nu, creation story. And with that one, you have Amen, Amenet, Nut, Naunet, Ke, 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 He, He, He. And again, it's dealing with the significance of the 8 there. You have the 8 Nomo among the Dogon. You have the 8 Abusia among the Asante. So it's very significant that we're doing this in terms of the 8. When you come in, what you'll see is that this is, a multi-level structure. And, again, coming from the African worldview, you have the Kenga there in the middle. And the Kenga represents everything from sunset to midnight to sunrise to noon and then back to sunset again. Very much in alignment with the African worldview. You see we're using natural building materials. We got bamboo scaffolding. We got wood scaffolding. And we're doing it. So you come in here. This is, the place to receive guests. What they may refer to as the living room in Chirika Asasu. From here, this is actually the dining area. The dining area is where we see the Dikenga, which is what I was talking about before. You have the temporary staircase that goes up. I'll show you all upstairs very shortly. When you come in here, this is actually the kitchen. This is the kitchen area. And this is going to give you just a slight idea of what the view is like. But you'll get the totality of the view when we go upstairs. But as you see, when you're here, the clouds are eye level, right, which is just phenomenal. And it means that you get fresh air. We're actually inside of a cloud, so if you feel a little mist around, that's being inside of a cloud. And yeah, it's just beautiful up here. It's beautiful.
Is this considered a balcony?
So this is going to be, all the way around. So there's a specific word for it that's escaping me, but it goes all the way around. So it's sort of like a balcony. The word for it will probably come to me as we're going through. We'll come here, and we have the storage area. I probably should have started off at the Ura bedroom, but here we have the storage area for the kitchen.
It's like a pantry.
Exactly.
Where you could keep all your grains and stuff.
Exactly.
Okay.
And we decided to have high ceilings because it really adds to the effect of the home.
Yes. Is it expensive to build?
Not compared to if I was in the United States, but, of course, none of this is for free.
That's right.
So we come in here. This is my bedroom. So we decided to make it such that, it's a space for the bed, so the bed will be located here. Then, of course, you can see out to either side, there's a mango tree right here, Nyamidria, a very significant tree in the African worldview is over there. I planted some coconuts, so you'll see some coconuts that'll be coming up here. And the idea is that, your breakfast, you just go outside with your machete and you take your breakfast from right off the tree. You have plenty more of the mud blocks here. that were molded. So lots of building to do, and again, rolling hills as far as the eye can see. Lots of greenery. If you want to be in touch with nature, you actually build with nature. So this is what they call laterite, right? So it's a red clay, and that's what we're building with. So you build with what's there on the land.
Now, the sun rises.
So the sun rises in the east, so the orientation, and that's also part of the worldview. The orientation is such that the entrance is pointed directly to the east, and then the kitchen area that we walk straight through, that's pointed to the west. And you know, the idea is, if you look at the temple at Abu Simbel, and that's of Nesubiti Sawa Ramisu Usamahara Satepenra, who the cave priest called Ramesses II, that because it's pointed towards the east, when Ra rises up, the light goes directly into that inner chamber. So we set this one up in the exact same way, so we're facing into the east, and then you get that sunset view on the west side. Right. Again, we have very high ceilings, so you can get that full effect. This is a particular building technique that we use here in Ghana, where you actually place blocks, and then from the blocks, and you cast the concrete around the blocks. So this is one way to also make the house a little bit lighter, so you don't have to worry about so much weight, because the entire structure is elevated. So me being Ohene, that's a traditional ruler. Bamuchido Ohene, and the Bamuhene is here. You'll get a chance to meet him. That when you're elevated to a position of authority and responsibility, in the people, in terms of the community, then you're elevated, right? But then, by the same token, the house itself is elevated. So it's like the house itself is like a palanquin. When you come here, this is an area that most likely I'll put a desk or something here. So when I come in, and the architect and I discussed it, that you don't want to just come straight into the bedroom area, because you end up just throwing your stuff on the bed, whatever. That there's basically a space, a transition space, so you can remove the outside stuff, whatever you got, and then that's before you come into the space. The space as well.
Where would your closet be?
So the closet's going to be here.
Okay. So this is still part of the bedroom, because this is the entrance.
So all of this. So basically, this is going to function like a walk-in closet, right? So you come in, and then on either side, and again, the high ceilings will extend, so you can have
storage.
The storage up top as well. And then this is the washroom, so you can see the fittings for the washroom here already. This is going to be, where
good natural light coming in.
Exactly. This is going to be the commode. This is where the sink is going to be. So here you can wash your hands. Got the mirror, everything here. And then here is going to be bathtub shower combination. So you can see the fixtures here, the fittings here, ready to do that. And again, good natural light from everywhere. So, no room where you come into and you just feel, darkness or whatever. That Ra is always shining through. So that's how we're doing it here.